made you. What a bunch of degenerates you are, but you're very wise degenerates, because if you had gone to bed, you'd have missed this, the tube screening of the new Frankie Goes To Hollywood video, Two Tribes, in its entirety, never seen anywhere before at all. And after the video, after you've seen that, we'll be talking to Holly, the rest of the band, and Paul Morley from ZTT Records. Also, make a note in your diary that a week from tonight, Friday the 29th, on the Midsummer's Night Tube special, Frankie Goes To Hollywood will be playing live, so miss it at your peril. But now, the Tube proudly presents, in its entirety, Two Tribes. Well, there it is, all of it, all for your delectation. Holly, do you expect us to take that seriously, or is it a bit tongue-in-cheek?
I don't know, really. Tongue-in-cheek, what do you mean by that? She's got lovely legs.
Oh, come on, the video is about quite a serious subject, isn't it? I mean, war's not particularly funny.
Deadly serious, I suppose.
So what you're saying is it's not particularly serious, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek. Paul?
Yeah, you want a serious answer?
Yeah, I want a serious answer.
About it being tongue-in-cheek?
Well, I mean, is it? I mean, you've been giving us an incredible amount of hype. I don't think I've seen so much hyperbole about a single release. Did you have to do that? I mean, did you? Does it not sell itself when you stop sniggering?
Yes, we did have to do it.
Why?
Because there were a bunch of moronic titheads, really, so you have to build a certain kind of framework around them.
I don't agree with that at all. I think the very fact that, you know, we make a strong statement about things and that's the way we live is very important. I mean, they try and appear as though they manipulate us, this record company business thing, but they are our puppets, definitely. And it is 1 a.m. So you have to say titheads.
When relax.
You can say to tongue-in-cheek.
No, there's not. No, there isn't a lot you can say.
About relax, anyway.
No, okay. Then if you take the fact that it is tongue-in-cheek, isn't that a bit?
It's not tongue-in-cheek, no.
Well, it sounds very much to the way you're taking it, not taking it very seriously.
The statement isn't tongue-in-cheek. You know what I mean? I think it's very like, you know, when two tribes go to war, a point is all that you can score, so to speak. I think that's a very true thing. It's pointless.
But what does it mean, Holly?
What does it mean? Well, it means as in a fencing match, if you know you're scoring points and hitting people in certain parts of the body, or whereas if 4 cowboys kill 10 Indians, you know.
What does it mean, Holly? This is interview technique, Muriel. What does it mean?
What does it mean? Well, it means like an act of aggression against another party, a kind of a destructive rather than a creative act of aggression.
Serious.
Oh, so
I can be serious.
That's how you do it. Thanks a lot, then, Paul. From the point of view of ZTT, I think you might be perhaps doing Frankie Goes To Hollywood a bit of a disservice, are you not? Because if you're trying very hard to make them controversial, and you must admit this song...
Trying.
Well, the song isn't particularly controversial, is it? Did you try hard with the video? Have people grabbing each other by the genitals and ripping ears off and things?
Well, the only
to make it a bit
brief that we
more
gave for Godly and Cream is the brief that we usually give to all our video directors, which is annoy people as much as possible. ZTT and Frankie and all the people that are in our little team and our little area, we love to annoy people.
I don't think you will annoy many people with this, though, will you?
Well, we tried.
I think entertain's much more important than annoy.
It's the same thing, Holly.
Stimulate.
I think stimulate's a good kind of SDP word for what we're talking about.
Oh! We have no leanings toward the SDP.
None whatsoever.
Not this time of the morning.
Thank you very much indeed. Do you think this is a bit of a danger after Relax and with this of controversy becoming the norm, and therefore it's going to get really boring because we're so used to people being controversial?
Are we?
I think so, yeah.
Like who?
Well, Stones,
definition of
police
this
with
word,
sort of Northern Ireland.
Can you give me a definition of it?
Of controversy?
Of the Stones?
Well, you can take a point, like, for instance, Relax was banned by the people who banned it. They said, not because really it was about sex so much as about gay sex. And you said in the interview at that time that you thought that would perhaps break down a few barriers. Do you think this is going to break down any barriers? Or are you not trying?
I don't think we're particularly trying, but if it forces forward subject matter that can be dealt with in popular terms, kind of like writing a pop song about something very serious. I mean, it has been done before, but this is a particularly 80s way of doing it, whereas kind of Relax, you know, we finally admit that it was about the sexual act. Well, that was... that was that's part of the entertainment that we are about. Each kind of subject we deal with will be like a little 6-minute movie just for you.
Isn't it dangerous with this subject, particularly about war, to try and oversimplify something? It's a very complex issue, the imminence of World War III.
It's a simplistic question, really, Muriel. You can't really deal with the terms that we're dealing with in a question like that.
We
Why
haven't
not?
really
Because, I
dealt
mean,
in definite political terms, though. We haven't made a particular statement, whether it be leftist or right-wing. It's just a statement. War is bad.
We don't want to die.
Yeah.
But then that is rather simplistic, isn't it? I mean, you can't really just say
Life
that
is
in a
simplistic.
9-minute
Life
video.
is simplistic.
Is life simplistic?
No, but that's what you're saying. We're saying we
at all.
don't want to die, and then we take it from there. That's the statement of the song.
Complexities of war are the boring bit. And
Oh, okay, then. I'm sorry.
Surely life is very complex, but you're making a simplistic statement
But
by
that's all you
saying
can do
it.
with
But that people only see in black and white, surely. The complexities of
This is
war
colour
and of all
TV.
those statements are like the most boring bit. It's easier to say something much more direct. Why get beat about the bush? Why make it glamorous, you know? Why kind of make it poetic to say an anti-war song as with what people like Bob Dylan's done? It was like a bit hard to understand unless you'd gone to college or stuff.
That's another point. You did say in the publicity this is the best protest song in 8 years. What was the song 8 years ago that was so fantastic?
I didn't like the
It
sleeve
wasn't
note.
one we made it up.
Did you, Paul?
It was a joke, Muriel.
Oh, it was a joke. It was
Sunday
very, very
Telegraph
funny
took it
indeed, and we all
seriously.
laughed a great
I
deal.
think Billy Bragg did. That's about it.
Are you looking forward to playing live? You haven't played live for a long time, and the Midsummer's Night Special will be the first time.
We've done kind of live things. We did like this fab gig at New Brighton. It was wonderful on like an open air swimming pool with lasers and stuff like that. But real live things, we wait till people are actually frothing at the mouth for it.
Okay, well,
Are you frothing, Muriel?
frothing, absolutely all over the
mouth.
place. I have to stop you there, but we're going to see you next week. And as I mentioned, next week, Friday the 29th at 8 o'clock, Midsummer's Night Tube Special. Frankie Goes to Hollywood will be there, along with loads of other people. Big sexy Jules Holland and lovely Leslie Ash will be there as well. And miss that and you're going to feel so stupid. So here to give you a bit of a taste of it to keep you going in the week, here's just something to keep you going.